he sang one part of the song, and then he said, "Look what my 9-year-old son could do," because I was 9 at the time. And then he gave me the mic, and I sang the second part. I was kind of nervous, but that one time I realized I didn't have stage fright.
He said 2 weeks later, he said, "Dad, I want to sing, and I want you to write me a song, and I want a song like this, like the one you just wrote for EU."
Don't give up, and if you mess up, keep the roll going.
What's up, you guys? It's your girl Bianca Bee, and welcome to the Bianca Bee Show, where we talk about business, finances, and friendships. I'm super excited about today's guest. He's just super cute, super adorable. If you see him on TikTok, he's everywhere. He's a singer, he's an actor. He has just been making it at such a young age, which is so phenomenal. Him and his father and his family are super cute. I'm super excited to chat with Najee today. Hi, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I appreciate it. I love starting each interview off with the icebreaker question. So my question for you is, if you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
One song for the rest of my life. One song for the rest of my life would probably be "Before I Let Go" by Frankie Beverly, because it's a song that will live with me forever. Because my dad here performed with a group called EU, and he sung this song called "Before I Let Go" by Frankie Beverly. So this one time, I followed him on stage. He didn't know I was coming on stage with him. So he was just singing the song, and he turned to his right. He saw me. He looked shocked, and I thought like he invited me on stage, but I just followed him. So he sang one part of the song, and then he said, "Look what my 9-year-old son could do," because I was 9 at the time. And then he gave me the mic, and I sang the second part. I was kind of nervous, but that one time I realized I didn't have stage fright. So yeah.
And what I love about your social media is that you know a lot of hit classic songs. Like, you're very soulful. It's like you're so young, but you know all these hit songs from the past. I kind of want to just get a backstory of like, how did you know like this is something that you wanted to do and take seriously at such a young age?
At a young age, I knew like I don't like these newer songs because they're just a lot of kids from my school like the newer songs, but I like that I'm different. Yeah.
I love
And
that.
yeah. And my dad here got me into old school music, and I like it. Yeah.
I love that. You know, what's one of your favorite? I know you mentioned that song, but I see a lot of, a lot of people compare you to young Michael Jackson. How do you feel about that? Because you have the sound, you have the look, you're just so adorable. How do you feel about being compared to somebody so inspirational like that most of the time in your videos?
Well, it feels pretty good because carrying on his legacy, and his legacy will live forever. So being compared to him is just an award.
And you started at such a young age, and your family, grew up in the musical industry. What have you learned so far within the music industry, just being 12 years old? What have you learned?
What I learned so far is that, like, when I perform, like, not to be nervous, because whatever you do, like, just keep going. And if you mess up, just don't stop and keep going. And yeah.
That's good.
That's good. And so, Dad, kind of tell us a little bit about, how you saw that your son has this passion for music. How did you and your wife and your family say, you know what, we're going to take this to the next step? We're going to actually invest in, because sometimes kids, they'll start out in the music industry and start young, but, don't take it seriously. But you guys have created a brand. You have, executed and created an image for him. So when did you guys realize like we want to take this serious as well as parents?
So part of the story that he just told, it was that he was 7 years old, and I was writing a song for my former group, EU, and he would sit next to me while I wrote this song. And by the time I finished the song, he didn't say anything. About 2 weeks later, he was singing every lyric of this song. I had forgot the lyrics, but he did. So he said 2 weeks later, he said, Dad, I want to sing, and I want you to write me a song, and I want a song like this, like the one you just wrote for EU. So at 7, I'm thinking, just like you said, kids change their mind. They want to do this today and something else tomorrow. So I didn't say anything. Next week, Dad, can you write me a song? Didn't say anything. I have a rule here that if my kid asks me something 3 times, then I start paying attention, because I know they're serious about it. So I knew he was serious. He asked me the 3rd time. I said, okay. So I wrote him his first song at 7. It was called Show Me Some Love. Yeah. But I knew then he was at least serious about wanting to sing. And he had a little, he had a voice too,
Yeah, you have a voice. It's not one of those like, oh, he's cute. No, you can sing. It's very soulful. And, I was looking through your social media. I'm like, oh, he is a superstar. And, some people have it and some people don't. And you definitely have it. And so, you're like, is it true that you're the youngest person to have a go-go song? Is that true?
Yeah, so there's an old group called Junkyard, and their first go-go song was, they were 14 to 13 to 14. So when I published my first go-go song, I was 7. So it just feels good knowing that I'm the youngest person to publish a go-go song.
And something I saw on your website is that you make feel good music. What does that sound like? What is that? Like, is it a certain instrument? Is it a certain lyric? Like, kind of describe your music for people who want to listen to it.
Feel good music to me would feel good, like lyric, instruments.
Something that make you want to dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
Yeah, it's something that makes you want to dance. So what I'd say for instruments is like trumpets and drums, the bass. Yeah, it's mostly the lyrics that makes you want to get up on your feet and dance.
Yeah, and I think that's something that, going back to what you said earlier, like that's what some of our generation is missing. This generation is like that music, that soulful music. And I feel like you have that in your music, which is incredible. So how often do you sing? What is your regimen like? What is the day-to-day life of you as a 12-year-old superstar?
I sing every day. I practice my songs. Like, I got 3 songs coming up, and yeah, so me and my dad, we like assembled TikToks, and and what song to sing. So I just be practicing those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
what do you do on your free time besides TikTok's music? What do you do on your free time?
My free time, honestly, I just sing and dance.
That's awesome.
Listen to music. Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about your new single, Superstar.
Well, my new single, Superstar, yeah, it's a really good track. I think you would like it. So the song Superstar, it's about like me getting ready to be a superstar, walking on the red carpet, going to interviews like this. And it's just a really good song. It makes you get up on your feet and dance. And yeah.
And has that go-go beat.
Yeah.
And where can people get it? Where can people get this music from?
On all media platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere, any music platform.
That's awesome. And, I was looking on your TikTok. Is your hair 54 inches long now, or is it more? What's the inches of your hair now?
Well, Well,
54, I think.
at last count, it was 54 and a half.
Okay.
So I'm sure it's grown since then. That was, I guess, maybe a few months ago. It's probably, I'm sure it's longer than that because he's never had a haircut.
That's amazing. That's so
I'm
cool.
sure it's longer.
I love that. I love the family dynamic that you guys have. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? Where do you see yourself? What is your major goals for your brand and as an artist?
Well, I see myself in the next 5 to 10 years as a multi-millionaire and with a lot of his singles.
Wow. Okay. I'll buy that. Yeah, I'm in.
And being 12, what's the biggest advice can you give to, your peers and people out there who want to do what you do?
Well, the advice I give is don't give up, and if you mess up, keep the roll going.
Keep going.
If you start something, make sure to continue it.
I love that. And Dad, as a parent, what advice would you give to other parents out there who, are managing their kids in such a, social media era? A lot of comments. The industry can be brutal. You've been in it. What advice would you give to parents?
Just stick with them. It's not always easy. Just stick with them. Make sure that that this is something that they want to do. Like I said, I asked my son if I let him basically beg me to write this song because kids change all the time. Make sure it's something that you want to do because this business in particular, dreams in particular, dreams aren't cheap. This business isn't cheap. These songs, it could get real expensive. So make sure it's something that they want to do. And just, get behind them and do whatever it takes to make sure, like I'm giving him every opportunity to be successful in his business. Sometimes that means I got to write a song. Well, I write all of his songs. I got to take him to the studio. I got to take a little time off from work, whatever it is I have to do, and just stick with them and they'll be okay. Don't give up though, like you said.
Yeah, I love that. A lot of parents, don't believe in their kids or just say, "Oh, this is just a hobby." But I love that you're present in your son's life and that you're active. That's amazing. We love to see it. We love the dynamic you and your wife and your family have created on social media. It's beautiful to see. Super, super proud of you. Where can people follow you?
Is at Najee Merriman for TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yeah. In total, he probably has on Facebook, on Instagram and TikTok, in total, he has probably about 50 million views.
Wow.
Just on Instagram and TikTok.
Does that scare you as a parent, or are you like, oh my God, I love this?
It's what you have to do. That's the age we live in. It's all about the numbers. It's all about social media. I don't know what I'm doing. I keep falling forward, so it's working.
Great. Yeah, it's working. The numbers are showing, the talent is there. I'm super, super proud of you. It's been a pleasure to have you on. Make sure you guys follow us at It's Bianca Bee and at Bianca Bee Show. Make sure you guys follow them as well. Below will be all of their content. Make sure you follow and support. We truly appreciate it. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.